Welcome back to Andersen Acres. It's still not very nice out. Feely's looking better. She was really molting in a few of the videos. She's getting all her floof back in preparation for winter. She's one of our favorite hens, so we're glad she's looking so good. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about, again, making a little money from your flock to try to offset the ridiculous costs that you sometimes incur. So, one of the ways you can do that is by selling hatching eggs. This will obviously only work if you have a rooster or two in your flock. And if you've been paying attention around here, I have billions of roosters. All right, not billions, but I think I have 9. There's 1, 2. That's Sam's butt over there by the paint bucket. That's a kosa, that's a hen. 3, Phoenix is back there behind the quail coop. I got Ash's butt sticking up over here, so this is 4. I got Tigger over there. He's by the house. You probably can't see him, but that's 5. I have Buddy. I have Buffman. I have at least 10. And to be clear about how many chickens we currently have, we have only about 30. So a third of my chickens are roosters. I don't have a problem with, I do have a problem with roosters, but I like that problem. Hi, Gwen. So you need roosters if you're going to have hatching eggs. I'm fine in that department, thank you very much. So you'll want to start small, and it's easier to sell eggs if you raise pure or rare or unusual birds. Okay? Purebreds are important. Barnyard mixes don't sell well unless you have really pretty colored eggs. Hi, you're lovely. So Easter egger eggs will often sell pretty well simply because people love having the brightly colored eggs in their flock. So if you have really pretty colored eggs, you might be able to sell barnyard mixes or Easter eggers and olive eggers. Other than that, you're going to have to stick to purebreds. But you can sell barnyard mixes if there's a market in your area. There may not be. Double check before you get a whole bunch of mixed breeds and start breeding randomly, okay? There isn't a market for barnyard mixes in my area. There might be in yours. So you can either ship your eggs or just sell locally. I suggest selling locally to start. Don't bite off more than you can chew and start selling online. In order to sell your eggs, you have to advertise. Check classifieds online and in print. Lots of people will respond. Join local farm groups or maybe Facebook. And just generally network. Get to know people in your area who are also interested in chickens. Okay? Maybe create a small website. Hi, Arwen. Napping time? Yeah, you were out all afternoon eating, so you don't need as much hay as them because you've been eating like crazy, baby. Yeah, you've been eating like crazy. Also, you fainted earlier. Didn't get that on camera. Anyway, if you don't get your name out there, no one's going to know you even have hatching eggs to sell. So, get your name out there. When choosing to sell eggs for hatching, don't sell anything you wouldn't hatch yourself. You want fairly clean eggs, but don't wash them before you hatch. Don't. You do not want to sell washed eggs for hatching. The hatch rate plummets. So, don't wash them, but sell them relatively clean. They need the bloom intact to hatch. Collect eggs from your coop several times a day and store them in a cool, dry place that's away from drafts and sunlight. Keep them pointy end down and turn them at least twice a day to sell the highest quality hatching eggs. If customers are picking up eggs at your home, eggs should be no more than a week old. Selling eggs is a bit of a monster. And selling eggs when you're shipping them is even worse. Okay, it's worth it selling hatching eggs, but I don't like shipping them. I don't like buying shipped eggs, and I don't like selling shipped eggs. So if you are going to sell them and then ship them, what you're going to want to do is make sure they're no more than 3 days old when they go into the mail. That's important. Send the best eggs you can. Pack them carefully. There are many packing materials you can use. You might wrap eggs in bulk, individually, and so wrap each egg individually and then wrap them together. Okay? Use bubble wrap, use paper, use whatever you need to use in order to make sure your eggs are going to be protected in the mail. You can use packing peanuts, I don't like packing peanuts. You can also, but you can use them. You can also wrap each one in a paper towel and place it in a carton. Tape up the carton and then place those in packing peanuts. That's actually a little bit better than just wrapping the eggs, taping them all together and putting them in, because at least the carton cushions them a little bit. So it's okay, but not my favorite method. The absolute best way, foam egg shippers. If you're going to ship eggs, get yourself some foam egg shippers. Okay? You can buy these in standard or bantam sizes. You can even get quail sizes. Just check out who sells them. We have a couple of farms that make their own and sell them to people if they need them. I don't like shipping eggs, but if I need to ship eggs, that's where I go. So you want to place them in a box that they fit exactly, then slip the eggs into the slots. Top the foam egg shipper with another layer of foam and tape that box up. Make sure nothing slides around, and mark the outside of the box, fragile hatching eggs. You might even want to add the words live embryos. That works best around here, because for some reason, if you just put fragile or hatching eggs, the post office beats them up. If you put live embryos, people are a little more careful. Chicken's in the barn. This a mama chicken. Your baby's under you. Still illegal. So don't just use the word fragile. That doesn't help. A lot of shippers, they treat fragile as just another word. They don't actually care. Okay? So don't just use the word fragile. Put hatching eggs or live embryos on the outside. It's important. Let's go see who else we have wandering around out here. I see Buffman in the distance. Buffman. Don't ship your eggs right before a weekend. God, I got 4 roosters out on here. Talking about roosters. I have so many. I like roosters. So don't ship right before the weekend. You don't want eggs sitting in the post office over the weekend. Try to ship on Monday mornings, Tuesday at the latest, and make sure whatever shipping method you choose, they are able to arrive by Friday. You don't want them sitting. That doesn't help. Make sure you have tracking information on your egg parcels and give that tracking information to the buyer immediately. Buyer pays for the shipping and the eggs, so you're not out any money. Charge the buyer what it costs you to ship those eggs. Charge them for the tracking. That's on them. Do not ship without a tracking number. It's not a good idea. You're not responsible for the hatch rate that your buyer gets from shipped eggs, but it is on you to check your fertility rate at home. I don't sell eggs unless my own fertility rate, the eggs that hatch in my own incubator, is above 90%. That means at least 90% of the eggs I put into the incubator develop. Disclose your fertility rate to your buyers. They'll appreciate it. Make sure they know that you do not guarantee a hatch rate, ever. Shipped eggs can be shaken in the post. They can get waylaid. They can fall off a stack of parcels. The guy delivering it could trip. I mean, things happen. None of this is your fault. Shipped eggs are the buyer's risk, just like when you purchase shipped eggs yourself. That's why I don't like shipped eggs, because it's my fault if they don't hatch. As for the prices you charge, take a look at what others are charging in your area. I charge at least $30 a dozen for my mixed silky eggs. If they come out of a specific pen, so my blue-black splash pen, I charge upwards of $50 for a dozen. Okay? Seabride eggs, at least $50 a dozen. At least. Plus the shipping. Don't just give your eggs away. All right? If you want to make some money from them, hold out for the right buyers. They are worth it. If you sell good quality hatching eggs and your hatch rates are pretty good, people will appreciate it. I've had people come back for my $50 a dozen eggs just because they know they're going to hatch because I treat them so well. So don't shortchange yourself. Don't undersell your eggs. Make sure you're charging enough. It really does matter. So I don't sell cheap $10 a dozen eggs. I don't. I sell really nice silky hatching eggs. Papa Ash there is one of our breeding roosters. Obviously, I don't breed her. I don't breed him. I bred her. She throws really great chicks. She has no poof because who ripped it out of your head this time, baby? That's Mary, and usually someone rips her poof out. But yes, I sell good quality birds. I don't sell eggs from her. She's for eating eggs. Okay, so you want to be very, very, and by her I mean Dale here. They probably couldn't see her in the loop. So sell good quality eggs. If I were selling eggs from her to hatch, random backyard mix, it would be about $10 a dozen. That's not worth it for me. I eat her eggs or sell her eating eggs. Nah. If I'm going to sell hatching eggs, I separate my silkies and I breed them, or I separate my coronation Sussex. And when you do separate them, make sure they're separated for 2 to 4 weeks at least, sometimes up to 6 weeks, before you can reliably get purebred eggs. Hatch them yourself first. Make sure they are what you think they are. But that's about it for hatching eggs today. Selling hatching eggs anyway. And it's getting kind of cold and windy out here. So we're going to wrap it up, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.